how much do you anticipate communication offensively being stressed this week due to the presence of, I guess, a small percentage of fans? Is this the type of situation where you have to be prepared for a silent count?
Yeah, well, we'll have to see how it goes here. We certainly played in, say potentially louder environments than this, but we'll see how it goes. It's something that we worked on in training camp, not knowing exactly how this whole situation would turn out. So, I mean, you saw that in the stadium scrimmage that we did and so forth. So, yeah, we'll see what we need to do here. Sure, it'll be a little bit different, than what we've experienced in the first 3 games so far. And, we just have to do a good job of not, getting distracted by anything other than our important job of, competing against the Chiefs. But it'll be interesting.
Next question, Phil Perry, followed by Zach Cox.
Hey, Bill, wanted to ask you about the quarterback's job in terms of him maybe showing confidence in his pass catchers. We've heard Cam talk very glowingly about a lot of his teammates early this season. And I'm just curious, is that important? Does it matter for the quarterback to show confidence in the players around him? Do you think that has an impact on how they play on the field?
Yeah, of course. I think all good players do that. All leaders do that. You have confidence in the people that you work with, and that makes everybody perform at a higher level and have confidence in each other. I mean, you have to earn that, but certainly to have confidence in the people that you're working with is very important to being successful.
Have you noticed that from Cam? I mean, we've heard it from him in these sort of settings, but have you noticed that in the building or on the practice field from him?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Cam does a great job of connecting with everybody, whether it's his teammates, his receivers, guys on defense, other people in the organization. Again, I think the captain voting, not that that's the ultimate, that's the final, determination of leadership, but I think the fact that he has been here a pretty short amount of time and earned that type of respect and support from his teammates is pretty impressive. But I think it's across the board. It's the offensive line, it's the receivers, it's all the offensive players and coaches, and it extends into other areas as well, and special teams and defense and other people in the organization. I think that we've all seen that, and it's impressive. It's impressive. He's here a lot. He's in the building, and he's visible. He's in sight, and is connecting with people on a, as much as anybody, as much as any player. He's in the building more than any player on a team, but he spends a lot of time talking and connecting and building relationships with those people. And I mean, he has tremendous leadership, so it's very impressive.
Thanks, Bill.
Next question, Zach Cox, followed by Mark Daniels.
Good morning, Bill. We've seen Shilique make a number of plays in these last couple of games. Is he someone you've seen substantial improvement from since you guys first got him in the building last year?
Yeah, well, he's definitely improved. Shalique's a hard-working kid. He's very smart. He can handle a number of different responsibilities, and both positionally and within a position, whether it be pass rush, coverage, run defense, stunts, blitz assignments, things like that. And sometimes those are multiple 2 or 3 things that could happen on the same play, and you'd have to react to them differently based on exactly how the play unfolded. So, but yeah, as he's gained more experience in our defense and with his teammates, his communication and recognition and reactions have all improved, and his overall amount of responsibilities have increased as well. So he's done an excellent job for us, and continues to I'd say expand his role defensively, which is good for him and good for us, and gives him more versatility.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Next question, Mark Daniels, followed by Evan Lazar.
Hey Bill. So this weekend, obviously, you guys have a tough challenge with Travis Kelce, and out of the first 3 games, we saw Darren Waller and Mike Gesicki, and in a couple weeks, there's George Kittle. Are we seeing an influx of these talented, athletic tight ends, or does it just so happen that's sort of how your schedule fell this year?
Well, it's certainly that way on our schedule. I think that's one of the things that really jumped out. When you look at the teams that were, that we've been playing. I mean, from Olsen to, not to look ahead, but Font. I mean, just go right down the line. I mean, seems like there's one every week. So guys that are, have either elite tight end skills or elite receiving skills. Guys like Gesicki and Olsen and guys like that maybe aren't used that much in the running game, but in terms of matching up and just trying to cover them in a passing game they're very tough. So we have seen a lot of them, and like you already rattle off some that are in the future, but we'll be seeing that throughout the year, it looks like. So whether that's representative of the entire league or not, I mean, I don't know. I'd have to go take a closer look at it, but certainly in terms of what's on our schedule, there's a lot of them. There have been a lot of them, and there are going to be a lot more.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next question, Evan Lazar, followed by Doug Hyde.
Hey, Coach, I wanted to ask you about one of your own tight ends, Devin Asiasi, and just what you've seen from him that's allowed him to carve out some more playing time here the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I think in general, it's just, this has been a challenging year for all rookies on every team, not just our team. And with no preseason games, with no, real live snaps until the regular season starts, it's hard for those guys, any rookie, again, not picking out anybody in particular, but just in general, it's hard for any rookie to, be able to, get into the flow of the game, to, learn from, the preseason games and the tempo and the contact part of the game that, is minimized in a practice setting and so forth. And that has to come with game experience. And as a coaching staff, you want to make sure that you don't put guys in situations that they're really not ready for. And so there's certainly a little bit of a buildup that comes there. So, all that being said, I think this is in general just a tough year for rookies overall. I think our group has competed very well, and they've really done a good job of trying to embrace the challenges and embrace the knowledge that our veterans and our coaching staff has tried to impart to them on what it's going to be like, what they need to do, how to handle certain things that come up on the field, and they've tried to do it. But again, there's no real substitute for the experience of doing it. So Devin, like the rest of the rookies that we have, it's certainly a work in progress. I don't think it's anywhere what it would have been in other years where we would have 3-4 preseason games, maybe a couple of joint practices, things like that. But it is what it is. All teams are the same, have the same opportunity. So it's just in relative terms, it's tougher than what it's been. But I think that they're trying as a group, trying very hard to recognize that and accept it and understand really how valuable and critical every single play is to not only the team success, but to their personal development and improvement, whether it be on a practice field or particularly in game situations. And they really tried to compete hard in those opportunities that they've gotten.
And then the last 2 questions will be Doug Hyde and Jim McBride.
Good morning, Bill. We've had 3 weeks now of some of the operations adjustments in the NFL with the expanded practice squad, 3-week IR, practice squad protections, and then also the temporary elevations. I'm wondering what you've thought of those new rules and if you'd like them to stick around in the future.
Well, it's definitely been interesting this year, and it's provided some opportunities in terms of roster management that we haven't had in the past. I think probably the league and the competition committee and all the people that are involved in that will evaluate things at the end of the year. Again, to your point, we've all seen quite a bit of roster movement in the first 3 weeks, and I'm sure that'll continue. We'll see after 16 weeks, if there's a trend, if it stays the same, or if it gets modified one way or the other, and how that, some teams are affected or impacted a little more in one way than others are. But maybe there's more of a league trend there and so forth. I know from my standpoint, I'm very focused on what our team's doing and what our opponents doing that particular week. But teams that have passed us, like Seattle and Miami and teams like that, I'm not really paying too much attention to what they're doing right now, or teams that aren't on our schedule. Same thing. So from overall standpoint, I'm probably not the right person to make an evaluation on that, so I won't try to, but I'm sure at the end of the year, that'll be interesting to take a look at. Certainly it's provided a lot of options and opportunities for practice squad players to play. You see that on a weekly basis. I don't know what the average is, but it's probably got to be, at least 30 or so teams that activate practice squad players. And in previous years, probably most of those guys, by far the majority of them, probably wouldn't have had a chance to play based on prior rules. So whether that's something the league does or doesn't want to continue, collectively they'll decide that. But certainly interesting from a comparison standpoint, and from giving opportunities to more players. Thanks for the question. It's a great point.
Question, Jim McBride.
Good morning, Coach. I wanted to know, how critical has Jonathan Jones's development been in allowing you to be flexible with him in the secondary?
It's been very critical, and we re-signed John last year. That was a big, that was a big step for us. John, does a tremendous job for us, for our total football team. Obviously defensively, but he started out as an impact player in the kicking game. He continues to be able to do that when we need him. And then, he's continued to improve defensively, where he kind of started as a perimeter corner, which was, probably a little more what he did at Auburn, to really becoming more of an inside player, although, he's shown the ability to play inside and outside. But his tackling, his aggressiveness, his speed, really are very valuable qualities, as well as his intelligence and his versatility to play some safety roles, and as well as corner type roles, has been a huge asset to us defensively. And to have a fast player inside is a big advantage. A lot of the players that play in the slot now are, I would say, becoming more in the mold of obviously Tyreek Hill's elite, but there are a lot of faster players that are now getting played in the slot, as opposed to maybe a few years back. A lot of players inside were, I'd say, more possession receivers, guys that were, worked more in the short to intermediate zones. But when you get a guy like Hill in there, that can, take the top off of the defense from in the slot, that really changes your defense, and it changes the passing game offensively dramatically. So to be able to not have to substitute, but be able to play the same guy in there, and regardless of who they put in that position, is a huge advantage for us. And all the versatile things that John can do are very valuable. But John's got good intelligence. He's a tough kid. He's really a good tackler and a tough competitor. I'm glad we have him. This is the ultimate, college free agent that came in, earned a role in a kicking game, developed into a good defensive player, and is having a good NFL career.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Thanks, everyone.
Great. Thank you. See you in Kansas City.
There's nothing better than fall together with the signature pumpkin spice iced latte or pumpkin iced coffee. Pumpkin is back at Dunkin'. Enjoy contactless ordering on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'.
What's my retirement savings plan? Oil, baby. Oil. Sprinkler pipe. Diane!
Ready or not.
Gillette ProGlide and ProGlide Gel. 5 blades and a pivoting flex ball designed to get virtually every hair on the first stroke while washing away dirt and oil. so you're ready for the day with a clean shave and a clean face.
For over 60 years, this team has transformed itself into a championship organization. For over 160 years, our team has demonstrated a similar mentality. There are no days off. Our front lines are fortified by people who sacrifice individuality for the team. Our shelves are also stocked with the best quality products and ingredients. Our team members know their roles. We're proud to do our jobs. Shaw's, the official supermarket of the 6-time champion New England Patriots.
My Caleb sofa and love seat. With Bob's discount, you get both pieces for just $7.99.
$7.99? Are you joking?
Do I look like I'm joking?
Yes. You look like you're joking.
I'm serious.
Cool.
Get Bob's discount! There's nothing better than fall together with the signature pumpkin spice iced latte or pumpkin iced coffee. Pumpkin is back at Dunkin'. Enjoy contactless ordering on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'.